You're not guilty,
You're just
but you're a suspect.
under investigation.
Wonderful. I get rescued, and now I'm imprisoned. It's a wonderful turn of events.
Well,
All
you're
right.
a suspicious
I
guy.
he puts up both hands. I come willingly, and I surrender myself to your authority. What did he call you? Fourth blade.
Yes.
All right. Fancy little scarf and everything. I like it. Is that a personal choice, or did they give you that?
The stare. Just the cold stare.
That hat's a nice touch, though. After, the rest of the trip is just very...
There's a lot of silence, I imagine.
Yeah, a lot of
There's a lot of silence.
A lot of uncomfortable staring on your part. He does not seem phased by it by the
I was
slightest.
gonna say, to be fair, since I'm the one giving the dirty look, it's not uncomfortable for me. Yeah, probably the person that's really uncomfortable is the Triton.
Probably. She is right behind him and just...
Which I will give her the... I cannot thank you enough for assisting us.
Of course.
What are you doing out here? Do you just live in these waters?
I'm part of the Silver Guard.
Ah.
Hey, you do realize she is wearing Silver Guard garb. She's the other one who was rowing.
Oh, she was?
Yes.
I didn't recall that.
Yeah, she took off her...
As far as I can tell from your description, she just came from the ocean.
No, she was like covered up.
That's why I was confused, because I'm
If
just
she
like,
just came from the
based
ocean,
on
she
the
was trying to
description
kill
I
you.
had, yeah, it was like she just rose from the ocean out of nowhere, like she wasn't part of this. She wasn't in the sinker at all.
No, she did jump in.
Yeah, she was at the sinker, and she was the other person. She was just really quiet, and then it was only until like I noticed she had blue skin,
Okay, that's
and
my
then
bad.
I died.
Yep.
All right, it's my bad.
You missed all these story cues, but you're fine.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that one. I just, as far as I knew, she was just a creature from the ocean.
Hello, creature.
But as you're approaching, he does look at the...
I see you jump in. My apologies.
He does see the harpoon as well. A fancy little tool you've garnered for yourself.
Well, it's plugging up the hole better than my sword would.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, it's going to become more of a problem than I intended once at least we get to safety.
Oh? Have a certain disliking for harpoons? Why not just toss it away? You tried to.
That's the problem.
Oh. I see. This little harpoon here might have some properties to it. Would you like me to check out your stick?
I have a guess as to what one of them is. And I'm not calling it a good thing.
That's fair. Hey. He moves his shoulders and just readjusts himself. Gets so cramped in here. I'm so tired as well doing nothing. And you see him approach the just scoot closer to you, Percival. And he looks at the harpoon. May I touch it?
As far as I know, but I don't know the extent to what this is going to have me do.
You're fair. I won't then. I don't require a touch, but it would have been nice. As he kind of hovers over the harpoon.
Well, that's your decision.
He doesn't touch it, but he does move his hands over it. And you see some words of incantation under his breath. And for a brief second, you see the eyes light up ever so slightly. Similar to before when he used the spell Detect Magic. But in this case, he's using it. It seems to be a different hue of, at the very least, a different type of magic. And once he finishes, he looks at you. You got a fun little tool there.
I don't know if fun is the word I'm going to be using.
It's fun to me.
You're never making a better case for yourself.
Well, Posh, I'm already a prisoner. What else can I be? Dead?
You could be assisting.
To Too much work. Let me see here. It doesn't. It's a curious thing. It doesn't have a name.
I don't intend to give it one.
Then I will. I always had a penchant for naming things.
One
Let's
way I
see.
will get this out of my possession.
Let me see here. You see him kind of straightening his back a little bit. I dubbed thee the harpoon of the. What's the word? Afflicted. We'll call them that. They seem a bit diseased, didn't they?
You have. Well, you clearly don't have that idea.
And first of all, you can refresh your character sheet to find a weapon in your possession.
Oh my god. Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
Wow. Yes, you see him there.
Man. I'm so happy about it.
Yes.
Good.
Oh,
And with
great.
that-
And I understand the whispers. Damn it. No.
You don't, actually. They're too quiet. You just know it's an abyssal.
Damn you. You're saying something, and I know what it could be. Speak up.
As you now realize
no.
from all the business, you have been hearing that in the background of your mind. You see him lean back. Wonderful. I think I'll take a nap. Although we're close to the ship, so I think I'll stay awake. Lovely blue woman, are you doing all right?
Shut up. I'm tired,
Okay.
and I don't have the patience for your sass.
I'm not giving sass. I'm giving wonderful concern.
Ass. That's what you're giving. Now shut up.
If you would demand it, I am more than.
What is your name anyway?
My name is Oh, wait, maybe not that one. Let's go with Vertel. You may call me Vertel.
You be telling me nothing about the truth about you. So I suggest that you actually tell me the truth,
The other
little
name
guy.
I hate you, Franny. I hate you. I hate you so much.
it was the name of a friend from a long time.
I hate you.
Oh God.
damn it.
Let me guess. This is someone's past
Uh,
character name.
This is
IRL.
this is from effectively a prequel that doesn't exist on the internet.
Oh,
Uh,
a home game.
God damn it. But that I was gonna say that family was in proximity to Riv.
Yep, but he was operating out of the Sono province when he met that particular veteran
Yes,
group.
but I'm just thinking of my recognition of my possible recognition of the name.
Make me a history check.
All right, that one. Yeah.
Come on, high roll.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
What'd you get?
Fantastic.
What'd you get?
What was it again? History?
Yes,
That makes it 18.
Nice.
18. All right, with 18, and due to your past knowledge of the company, this organization from the Sono province, you would have heard at least some of the works of this person who went by the name of Vertel from a long time ago.
Not the family as a whole?
Hmm?
Not like the family as a whole?
No, this particular person, due to
Oh,
this
okay.
person's particular influence in certain items that were manufactured. This person pioneered a lot of the black powder based weapons in this world. From the beginning of his life towards all the way towards the end, he lived around the era where the eras were introduced, right before the second era began, and well past it.
Mhm.
Well, Vertel, pray tell, what were you doing? Like, how did this fire started?
And why would somebody like you?
Why did you
Handsome.
survive?
Why did I survive? I was on the right part of the ship. I do like to gaze out in front of the ocean and think about the inevitability of it all.
What a romantic.
Well, thank you. I dabble in poems too. Would you like to hear one?
No. No. Just keep it to yourself. My patience is thin today, so I do not have time for your poems.
It's perfectly
Now,
fine and understandable. Dying really does that.
yes. Now, before we get on the ship, we are going to put you underneath rigorous tests of investigation to prove that you're not here to kill us all, nor you don't have the ability to kill us all. Now, I believe from what I have seen, you do have some magical prowess. However, you choose not to use it unless necessary. Am I correct?
Of course. Most of my things are purely what's the word?
Useless.
Functional.
I have a different word for that. Well, do you have any kind of spells regarding flames, fire, anything that could have, misfired when you were on your ship to cause the flame?
I know one spell, but this one I don't really like using. Kind of drains me a little bit, you know?
Understandable.
I'm not one for physical endeavors.
Oh.
Clearly.
Except for the ones
yeah, no, you don't need to leave me into that. Yeah, no, I mean, I could tell that you really don't give a shit about anything around you beside yourself. So, we could take that as a knock against you in the book because we are all team players here. Oh, no, in the worst way possible. We are all team players here, especially as the first mate of the Embers. Sorry, I forgot. Are we on the Embers? Yeah, we are.
Yes. However, we are going to the Levyanka.
Yes.
Where that is where will intend on having
him.
The second blade take a look at him.
Sir,
first.
You will preferably never see the inside of the Embers, if I have a say in it.
Oh, well, it's unfortunate, but I understand your reasoning. Why let this strange man onto your ship?
Yes, where instead we can
glad we're on the
put you
same
onto the
page.
ship of people that are going to be big fans of you.
That's fair. I mean, what would they do to me? Kill me? It's fine. I mean, that's what you all do, don't you? If you don't like someone, you just off them, throw them into the ocean.
No. We'll put you to work. That's worse than dying for you.
Work I can manage. Work is what I've been doing on my job.
Can we cut off your tongue? I feel like
that'd be a good one.
I feel like that's your greatest punishment.
Oh, how the people would love to see you cut off a tongue of another person.
Oh,
truly a civilized ship we're on.
I wouldn't be the one with that pleasure.
Mouth threats don't compliment your cold exterior. You know that, right?
No, but attempting to assist somebody that is trying to intake you as their crew isn't yours.
How have I been a detriment?
You've been a weight.
By being nothing at all.
By not helping, you are effectively a weight on a sinking ship.
Thank you.
So you're telling me that every body and soul in what you call the Ember helps out? From the youngest babe to the oldest person?
You are clearly capable.
Am I? I have 6 figures. Obviously, I'm disfigured.
More or less extra capable. You got a whole extra 2 fingers. And I'm assuming possibly extra 2 toes.
You have spells to cast, whether or not you find them to be more utility-based or not.
Of course.
Not only that, but even with 6 fingers, you can hold anything.
I can hold your expectations.
Unlikely. You have to have any for me to hold them.
Well, you're not the person I'm gunning for.
Are we there yet? God.
We're almost there, first mate. As you see, Albino, you are fast approaching the Levyanka. You're about a good 2 minutes away from it.
Well, is there anything you would like to, besides your poetry, let us know about yourself? We can take investigation any.
Of course.
Hmm. And
Going back-
besides what you like walking on the beach, if there was a beach, and to gaze in the stars and think about inevitability of life. Other than that, my friend. Other than that,
You see him open his mouth and then close it and just give you a little coy smile. Just
Also, since seemingly you chose the name that you decided to go with here, is there any other aliases that we should keep in mind?
valid.
Do you seem to like Vertel, but is there other famous people you like to, steal the names of, or do you also just go by Chuck?
not Chuck. It's too base of a name. Or as Trefor for a while. Hooves in a certain part. Hooves is pretty obvious if you look down.
Valid.
As you look down, you realize in mild water, he does have cloven feet.
Okay.
Yes. I believe I have a second blade to converse with.
Oh, you will get that pleasure.
Such hostility. I love it. And you see, at this point, you've made it to the side of the Levyanka. A rope ladder is thrown down by two other daggers. And while the two daggers who are with you stabilize the ship, you all do proceed to go up. How do you go about with him, with Vertel?
Well, I'm gonna be first off the ship, up the ladder. And then I'm gonna assume that he'll follow right behind, or I'm gonna have him come up right behind me, and then I'll immediately address second blade. Is it?
Yes, second
Yeah,
blade Tycho.
Mhm.
Oh, Tycho. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that. You go up first.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go up, Vertel sits there, waits for you to get halfway through, and then looks over to you, Percival. May I?
Please.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Your kindness is the envy of all the fleet here.
Get up
And
the
you
rope.
see him. Of course. I'm nothing if not compliant. And you see him climb up the rope, taking a sweet time in doing so as well.
Compliance is not assisting. I'll make sure I'm the last one up.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you're gonna help Lowell Nephra up.
Mm-hmm.
You and Terry can help him get up.
Yeah, but you do see two ropes are thrown down besides the rope ladder, and you do see Albino and the Triton tie the two ends of the ship to those ropes to ensure that it won't sink the minute you leave, Percival.
Mm-hmm.
Valid.
Right.
So we'll say for posterity's sake, you all make it up, and you're all now on the deck of the Levyanka. Things seem as normal. Random people walk around in their robe-like attire that seem to be the typical Esperin fashion. And you do see Second Blade Tycho approach you, helmetless as always, with a bald head, with two other daggers kind of flanking him. Their spears out and them ready for battle. And you do see he does have a hand on his sword.
Yeah.
As he approaches, First Mate Petrichor.
Yes.
I see there was only one survivor.
Yes. Sadly, we only have found this survivor on the ship. He was sitting lackadaisically in the middle of the burning inferno. We do not have any other knowledge on the whereabouts of the other passengers, and assumedly they perished in the fire. Now, we are going to hold this person under investigation as they were the only single living person on the deck, and we want to make sure that they did not themselves cause this, nor will cause harm to the Levyanka and additionally the Embers. I need to find a doctor, thanks.
As you fall over, you do see some of the daggers just look at you, fall over, and look back at the second blade a bit alarmed.
We had some unfortunate comings with the same creatures that we did on on our first trip to the Levianka from the Embers.
Very well.
This time it was much worse.
I see. So we are to hold on.
We succeeded with no help from our captive.
Let's see. Third dagger Cetrion. And you see the Trian woman stand firmer into attention, or snap into attention the minute her name is mentioned. C2, the first mate, tend to her wounds. First mate Petrichor. Unfortunately, we do not have a working surgeon on this ship. Third dagger Cetrion is the closest thing to a field medic that we have. I apologize for the lack of personnel, but she's all we can offer at this point.
Well, if you can also help Nefra out, who is a little weak as well, he can assist her in her wounds much more effectively.
Yes, of course, we will do just that.
However, unlike Nefra, this one kind of push it.
Ooh, feisty.
Has been anything but. Upon finding him on the ship, he was not only was he lackadaisical about the fate of his crewmates, but seemed all too knowing of what the fate of his crewmates were, no matter where they were on the ship, and despite that he was the only one on the surface.
You see Second Blade regard your reports, Percival, and then look at the 7-foot tall horned man. You see the same look he gave Nefra when he first saw him is currently plastered on the Second Blade's face. The internal distrust towards devils and any devil-like looking creatures still present there as he looks at this creature. Is he armed in any way?
Besides his arms.
No.
Because he does magic, not my thing.
In fact, he
Pass
refused
back
to
out.
take up any arms in order to assist in fending off the creatures.
If I may, I am actually armed. And I would like to surrender my weapons to you, Second Blade.
This doesn't make your reasoning of not assisting us any better.
I don't know how to use these weapons. I just saved them from the Inferno.
That's a great claim you can make. I can let go of this. I can suddenly let go of this lance. See, I can lie too.
So you can let go of that.
You're deaf? Are you deaf?
No, but you do seem a bit addled. Are you sure you're well? You are clutching to that spear a bit too frivolously.
I haven't claimed my disability that this thing has given me, so therefore I have nothing to hide, unlike you.
Perhaps. What if I'm just laying out my entire life story in front of all of you? Does that make me interesting after that? No. Makes me just a random person you found on the ship. A little bit of mystery never hurts. You see him reach behind him and pull out this strange weapon. Yeah, he's holding it from what looks to be the longer part of it, but it goes from a straight metal piece into a curved wood one that seems to be a handle. You see a strange little metal point come out from the middle indent of this strange angle made of wood and metal with some designs on it. On it, you see a V kind of.
Oh. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Kind of what's the word? When you take a high iron and you press it into something.
Branded, yeah.
Kind of branded into the hilt of this weapon. You see a little ring, kind of half ring going from the metal part into the wood parts, covering this strange little metal point. And you see as he pulls it out, he twirls it in his finger a little bit before holding out this weapon out to the second blade. For you. One specially ordered company weapon. You see a second blade regarded suspiciously, and the two daggers kind of lowered their spears smoothly in a practice. Oh wow! In a practice motion. Practice motion. As he takes a step forward, regards the tall man, and then quickly takes the weapon as he looks at it. What is this? That is a gift from an old friend of mine. I currently have his name. I find it to my enjoyment.
Oh yes, that's the other part that doesn't help. He refuses to give his true name, only the names of others.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you all know, as you all fight, devil and their kin, names have power. In my business, we tend to avoid giving others power over ourselves. So you understand my caution. But that business is now dead, and I am left without a name. So thus I must use the names of others.
Well, second blade. Sir, it is your discretion of what to do with him. To my point of view, he was best kept as a prisoner until we knew whether or not he was truly guilty or innocent of the actions that were dealt on the other ship. I figured it was best to leave it at your call.
You see your second blade. Look at the weapon. Look at Vertel, and then look at you, Percival. Was there any more evidence on the ship? Any evidence of wrongdoing?
Unfortunately, no. The reality is that it was at least to his claim, started from essentially an igniting of black powder, an explosive substance, something that the man of his name is known for, which partly leads into my suspicion. Either way, unfortunately, any evidence that would have to exist is built up in flame. The only thing we are lacking is the amount of information that he is unwilling to give.
If there's any information at all. You see Vertel add at the end of that.
Either way, because he is unwilling to give any provident information that would either clear him or not clear him, he is untrustworthy and therefore is not fit to be treated as a member of either ship's members.
You see the second man regard you. Look back at this Vertel fellow. It was quite a difficult decision to make. We have several decisions or several choices to make here. One, he is telling the truth, and he is a man who was just caught in some fortunate circumstances. Despite. Second, he lied to us.
Hold on, time out.
Indeed. Ooh, time out. What's going on?
Just I'm noticing certain connection issues, and I just need to before a lot of words are spoken for a long period of time, I need to make sure that they are unrelated. They're maybe only related to either Discord or the stream itself. So I just need to double check certain parts of our stream health status.
All right,
And
no
the
worries. We're just gonna take a little break right now as Marshall looks at the technical side of things, make sure that we're up and running.
I mean, everything's
correctly.
As far as I can tell, everything is connecting. It just was. I could tell it was a total lag on Discord's end, at least in the visual part, because all of our video tracks were skipping rather than just like
Oh. Yeah,
like
one or the
only
other.
Franny skipping or like anyone else. So we seem to be fine, and I've seen nothing dip in Discord's connection.
Yeah, and I haven't seen anybody change
So
anything on like
hopefully
our
the
personal
skips
end.
should just be a hopefully that was just a hiccup, and we should just be good to continue going.
Okay. Yes. He was on his second option. Yes. We do have the second option is that he is lying to us. That he indeed murdered the entirety of a ship and thus must be put to death. Third option is that we cannot determine either or, but due to your own suspicion, he should be placed in the brig indefinitely until we can figure it out. Each one poses a different, difficult question. The first one, we can never be sure if he actually was innocent, and that distrust will remain there. The second, he might actually be innocent, and we've killed a man, an innocent one, despite the manner of his race. Third, we have a mouth to feed that will not do anything. So we can see why I will require more time to think this over.
If you may, I somewhat proposed. If you may, I may propose a potential fourth option.
And that would be?
It's call it a hybrid of 1 and 3. He stays in a brig. He's consistently watched as if he was a prisoner, but he is put to work.
Then he cannot stay in the brig.
Aye. But then he is monitored when he is not.
So a prisoner who works. Then if that is the option we'll go with, he cannot stay on the Levianka. That's not because we won't take him. Fourth blade. Get my ranks all mixed up. It's purely due to a functionality of the issue. We do not have a brig here. We do not take prisoners, and martial rules is that you are punished immediately, or you're put to death immediately. And we never trust the devil enough to keep a prisoner.
I can see where you took that point. Oh. Okay, he's back.
How do you know you're in the Midwest? Oh.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Whoop.
Oh.
Oh, watch out
Or
there.
Gundam style.
There it is.
Oh, you gotta watch out there. You gotta, just every now and then, you gotta send them to the other boat.
Right. A dirt dagger out there. You just gotta send them to the other boat, yeah. In a bag. In a bag.
Big.
In a big-
Big. It's
in
a
a
big,
big.
Franny.
Yeah. We're in Wisconsin. But yes. He looks
No,
at
not
that.
all of us.
Right. So with that said, he would have to go to your ship, which is a decision I can see you are not so keen on.
Well, honestly, I'm not keen on any decision, if I have to be honest with you. But one way or another, it has to be dealt with, whether we like it or not. My only concern on the other ship is how well we can, I guess, effectively keep a consistent eye in that realm.
You would be correct, but
Oh, God. Kevin, get her down. She's going for it. She's going for it.
do it.
Sorry. No,
The
Meg,
cat
get
is-
down.
The cat wants it.
Just, Kevin, be gentle.
Yeah, we're not a lineage here.
Just Batista bomb her.
Gotta take her out.
Don't
Take it
just-
down.
Don't yeet your cat.
No, eat
It's
the cat.
okay. He just scrubbed her because she's a bad girl.
It's fine. Cats can. You can bowl cats. It's dogs you have to treat like old people.
I mean, in some ways. There is still
Yes.
abuse one way at some point.
Yes.
Like yeeting your cat across the room.
Right.
Oh, we did not eat her.
No.
He just scrubbed and
But Elena did.
removed from the situation.
But yes, you do see Second Blade look back at you, Percival. Of importance, did you find anything related to your previous mission?
Well, no, because of the fact that the entire ship was destroyed. There is nothing to find but this man.
If I may speak, you Second Blade look at him and then look back at you. You may. You see Vertel just stand there, hands behind his back. I do not know what this grand mission that you were assigned to that took you to my ship. Besides the Raid in Inferno, I'm sure that's a big prominent thing as to why you chose mine. But if you're looking for strange occurrences, I do know a few that happened in the last few days.
Something useful. Color me
Yes.
surprised.
It's amazing what happens when you just ask the right questions.
I'm not here to play semantics with you.
Of course not. You're here to do something else entirely. I do not know what that is, so I do not know which information to give you. So in order to receive information, I require information. We can call it a little trade of sorts.
You aren't giving the... I don't believe you are giving anybody in this ship the idea that you aren't as connected to your devilish heritage than you would like.
As I mentioned before, I'm more of a demon than nothing else.
Not helping. Oh, well,
Perhaps not, but now that you know what, as the saying goes, you trust a demon to be a demon. Or in your case, you lovely Esperin Silverguard, you trust the devil to be a devil. In this case, I am very forthcoming about it. So you can distrust me in the right amounts that you require. There's no secrecy in that. Nevertheless, whatever your mission was, perhaps the information I know could help out. And I am a merchant above all else. So would you like to make this trade?
Maybe pass the fuck out, but
Second Blade, that it is entirely your call. From my end, I would wedge the bet that the information isn't worth dealing with. My family didn't give creatures the benefits of having deals. I would continue, on my part, I would continue that trend.
I personally don't care.
I like her. Silver flames and all.
That was one time, and if you mess with me, you'll find them all over your body.
Consider me tempted.
All right, one move, and you're getting a nice knife between the ribs.
Oh,
And
feisty.
Well, either way, Second Blade, what is your call?
Second Blade looks at you, Percival, looks at Terry, and then looks back at Vertel. You see him, he is regarding the situation with great severity. This is a very tough call to make. And to make it rapidly would be something unbefit someone in such at such precision as he is. But nevertheless, he does nod to Vertel. There's a burp. It wants to come out. Oh well. There's a look at Vertel. They were assigned to discover whether or not a certain creature had escaped the Ember. I believe the word is vampire that you all use.
Correct.
You see Vertel's eyes perk up. Oh, vampires. I haven't deal with one of those in a while.
No, just vampire, just one.
No,
I hope.
Unfortunately, no.
First
but
of
we
all, just
know
one,
the
right?
one.
Just the one.
The problem is that one we know of is trying to find another.
Of course. So 2 vampires, and you're trying to find the one? A past crewmate, perhaps?
Well, inevitably, I feel that will lead us to the other.
I see.
One
So
is
he's
just easier to deal with than the other is.
So he's drawn to the father. As whatever the vampires use as the ones that make them. It's a common vampire thing, if you will. The one side from a vampire will always be indebted to that one, and such are drawn to them. In my time, I've seen many a vampire a vampire spawn, I should say, seek out their parents. They will often come to my company for information. And of course, we deal information, you see. And so, at the right price, we gave it to them. In this case, I am privy to the fact that vampires have the capacity to turn into mist or fog clouds. Little clouds of mist just flying around. And I did see one such cloud yesterday. I believe it was during all the commotion in that big ship. Is that the Ember that you all are?
Yes.
Yes, if I
Unfortunately, it may become your carrier.
Ah, I see. My new home. That's nice to know.
I wouldn't call it that.
Well, my new temporary home. Who wants to live on a ship anyways? We all hope for land, and we hope it comes soon. Nevertheless, the mist I saw was heading towards the rest of the fleet of ships we have here, towards the back, towards the odd one. I believe the one that used to be surrounded by that strange sea foam. We used to be near it, you see, and due to concern, we drifted off away to our current position at the front. After all, why hide illicit activities when you can just have them in plain sight and nobody to care? And you see the second blade digest all this, and then regard you, Percival. Was the information helpful?
Not entirely particularly. I'm already aware of the fact that they can change into mist, and the sightings of it being near his ship is, while knowing that he's relatively around, it whether or not it was on his ship or not is still unclear.
I can tell you this. The appearance of it kind of spooked some of the less intelligent crew members on my ship. And may or may not have sparked this carelessness that created the demise of the Twilight Gem.
The name.
Kind of shabby, if you ask me. Could have named something simpler. The gem would have been much nicer. Twilight just makes it sound like a ruddy tavern on the side of Riv. Riv was a nice town. Great hunt. Headquarters there was so small, though. You see Second Blade. Regard him again. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us? There is one more thing. You see him kind of perk up a little bit and take a step forward. It might be of no importance, but there is a certain individual who might be able to help you out in terms of searching for this unholy beast of destruction. And as many of you, or some of you, are from the Golden Confederacy, I'm sure you know about the Electrum Order. As he looks at Percival, first you, then you, Terry, then over to Petrichor, and then over to the unconscious body of Nephra. Petrichor, you are mostly patched up now. I would say you regained. Oh, that's not bad. You regained about 10 hit points just
Okay.
from
Nice.
the medicine, or her taking care of some of the wounds. And you see she's done all she can with you,
Yeah.
bandaging some of the bigger wounds, make sure nothing's bleeding, and has gone over to Nephra to check up on him. Kind of confused with the fact that there was acid on him, or signs of acid without knowing where the acid
There
came
was
from.
no one.
But yes, he looks back at the second blade. There's an individual in one of the ships in the fleets. We've met with him once or twice when the situation got more dire. We gave him a bit more food, more than he deserved, but he was very persuasive in a way. Very handsome too.
Who would this be? What
I do
ship
not-
was this?
I do not know the name of the man or of the ship.
You're great help there.
I do not. I'm aware of his appearance.
Describe him.
The man in question, as I mentioned before, is very handsome. I made several passes at him, but he rebuked me every single time.
Makes sense.
Yes. He was well built. Seemed to be a fearless man, but I could detect a little bit of emotional vulnerability in him. It was odd too. He had dark hair, pale skin. He looked to be a human, but he had this strange medallion around his neck.
What was the word?
He had this strange medallion around his neck.
Medallion. Got it.
Yes, there was a symbol on it. It looked to be akin to a holy symbol you might see on the cleric. Except this one did not seem to be any of the known gods that we've had in the old world. Is it good to call it that? Do you think it's too soon? Regardless.
Yes, regardless. What ship was this man on? You must have met him. Where did you meet him? He didn't just appear.
Of course. He did not. He looks over at he tries to look over at the sea, but as most of the main deck is covered up and only the poop deck has a clear visual of everything in front, due to the nature of the closed deck of the Levianka. If I could see the water and those behind us, I can point out the ship.
I'll move with him so he can get a better view.
And he does go. You see two civil guards next to Second Blade wordlessly go to flank Vertel now and lead him up to the poop deck where the square windows with the visuals of the back are. This is also where the catapults were
Please.
that launched you.
We will all go together.
Yes. You all follow after. And once you all reach the poop deck, you do see the catapults that they used to launch you all are covered up again.
Okay.
But as you all approach the window, you do see him point out at the water, kind of looking out. My vision isn't as it used to be. It is that one right over there. And you see him point at a, it looks to be a regular fishing boat.
Hmm.
A little bit bigger than a keel boat, in the sense. And it's a ship that seems to have more than 2 decks, which is what a keelboat usually has. Keelboat
Okay.
was also what the ship that you guys were on
Yeah.
previously.
With
Uh,
him.
Yes. Now this one seems to be a little bit bigger, and from the looks of it, it seems several ships into the armada,
Hmm.
mostly to the outside. This one has almost yellowish sails. When you're not sure from this distance, you can't be sure if that's a design decision or if it's just from the usual staining of constant use.
Sure.
And from this far, you can only discern the color of the sail, which is thankfully, unfortunately, different from the other sails around around that ship.
So you're able to identify it.
Yes.
So did you say this holy man, if you will, he just give you information? What else would this guy suffice for you besides you feeding him and him feeding you information?
Well, that's the thing. The information he had was rather curious. He seemed to know a lot about the world, and yet knew very little about it. What I mean to say is he knew a lot about the past.
Hmm.
But when asked about current events, he seemed to be not in the know.
So more of a guy who hangs around a library.
I wouldn't call him bookish. He seemed more of a traveler of sorts. The medallion, though, I wouldn't call him a holy man either. He didn't strike me as the priestly type. The medallion itself had this strange symbol, one I haven't seen in a long while. Long enough that I cannot identify it, unfortunately.
Do I have my medallion on me?
Your medallion?
Mm-hmm.
The one for
Myself.
yourself.
Yeah. From my
And
past.
from your past. Let me double check your past. Let me just bring that up right here.
I was gonna say, I mean, partly, I guess. Is it something
Activate
you
the
wear every
flashback
day?
filter.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, we regained him.
He activated the flashback filter too hard.
Let's see here. No, yours is a different
Got it.
medallion.
Okay.
Yes. I believe you got that. Yeah, no. You have a different one.
Okay.
You don't hold it out for him or anything, right?
What? No.
Okay.
I'm just kind of was observing. I guess I could have rolled for that.
Mhm.
If I've ever seen that before, but
Of course.
it's been a while.
That's right. No, the medallion itself, it had the symbol seemed to be that of a whip with 6 different ends.
Funny enough, I think I've seen that symbol myself.
Is this drawing? Am I drawing conclusions, Franny?
Perhaps.
Does it say make an intelligence check type, perhaps?
In this case, for Percival and for anybody else who cares, you can make a religion check.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna see if it matches the same thing I saw earlier because I don't know much about religion. I have no
That's
knowledge
fair.
of it.
For you, it's just simply remembering. It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
Almost the same day, really. Actually, is the same
It
day.
is the same day.
Yeah, and yes, it is similar to the symbol you saw under the waves.
In the waves, yeah.
This strange mirage.
It would be a 17. 17?
17? 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17
Noromosaye.
It's nothing good.
Good.
As in, it's nothing of the good or neutral aligned gods. You might not even think it has anything to do with God. But you can't identify the source. You know it's something, it's of a being of a higher power, but you do not know which being. You just know it is not a divine God.
Okay.
But it's there. You feel it clawing in the back of your mind. You swear you studied this before, but you can't place it. At least you would have to look at it in order to be able to identify it further.
Got it.
And yes, that's all the information I have to give.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Yes.
Well, if we have time, we will see if Captain thinks it'd be a good idea. I'm just saying this to like Percival and all the people that I want to hear about this. I think we'll ask Captain about this and see if we want to go any further with this lead. But for right now, let's focus on dealing with this
Well, it's
lovely
how
being.
we decide to get back to the Ember is really what's going to become our question. Is the sinker is currently not in unsinking condition.
I vote
Ironic.
catapults. I vote catapults.
That does. Well, that'll get us back to the Ember, I guess. At some point, though, the sinker will have to come back to the Ember once it doesn't prevent it from being repaired, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
You do
yes,
see-
I do I somewhat do agree with that, as every time we have gone in the water the past day, we've been attacked by these creatures. And now I'm stuck with this thing.
Oh, I've been downgraded to a thing. I didn't know you liked it that
No, I
way.
wasn't referring to you.
Oh,
I'm referring to... You know what I'm referring to.
of
Use your
course.
smart mouth.
It's a nice looking stick there. Careful how you wield it.
I'd rather not.
You did say that
Second
name you gave us
blade.
earlier isn't yours, right?
Second Blade, I have a
Correct,
question.
I recognize his name. It's the last name of a figure of legend, if you will.
And second
Okay,
blade
I'm
looks
going
at
to
you,
call him
petrified.
Induendo. That's his name now. I don't care.
In the window.
It's an ancient name in my language.
Wonderful. I'll take that as a surname then. Vertel in the window. I quite like it, in fact. It has a nice ring to it. Rolls out the forked tongue.
Yes, I tell you what it means,
Amazing.
but
Two
it's hard
last
to translate in
names.
your tongue, and it means a lot of things.
A name with two last names. Truly.
Well, Tycho, Second Blade. Um,
Yes, first mate.
we have no way of getting back to our ship, as I believe everything that needs to be done here is done for the day, as well we will take this lovely person back to the Ember with us for now.
That's
To be, I preferred the fourth option that Percival suggested, in which we put him to work, but keep him extremely monitored until we have further investigation. Unless you personally would prefer to investigate him and then let us know what your findings are. But just overall, we currently don't have a very good way of going back without the boat, the sinker, of sorts.
Well, we do have our typical method. You might need to
Yes.
exchange out your drift rings, however.
Yes, to be replenished.
Yes.
That's fine.
Thankfully, we have spares, and then we just ask you to return them later.
Second
Of
blade.
course.
I do have a somewhat, I guess you could say it's a somewhat personal issue to discuss with you, potentially, about.
Yes, fourth blade.
Well, in order to prevent our ship from sinking, I tried to utilize this spear here in order to plug the hole.
It's a harpoon.
Whatever. Either way. I now
It's too
find
short to be a
myself...
spear.
I don't care.
I know.
I now find myself incapable of releasing it from my person. And as much as I enjoy having weapons, this one is of no use to me. And the fact that I am unable to get rid of it and small whispers in my head are not things I am okay with.
Fourth Blade, I believe I understand your plight. However, we no longer have someone on our ship that can currently help you with that one.
Well, here's my thing. Potentially, it is nigh impossible for me to keep this on my person if I am unconscious.
He wants you to knock him out.
Precisely.
You see the second blade look at you, Percival, as if you lost your mind.
It's better. Would you rather me continue with what I believe to be a cursed weapon?
Yes.
Really, I think being knocked out for minutes is way less of an issue.
I don't believe you are new to the Silver Guard, so I'll let you off easy in this case. However, inciting violence between Silver Guard is strictly against our morals and code.
Not mine.
So,
I'll karate chop him across the back of the neck.
That's what I'm saying. However, could I have somebody else do this?
Make a strength attack.
Because if that's the case, then I will just have Petrichor do so when we make it back to the Ember. That way, it's not even on the ship.
I'm not hearing this.
Precisely.
But hypothetically, if it were
hypothetically, if this were to happen,
make sure no Silver Guard sees you doing this. Our code also dictates that if we see a Silver Guard in danger, we immediately assist.
What if I just happen to fall down the stairs?
We're not having this conversation.
Okay. It's fine.
So I presume we'll keep this Vertel here with us temporarily until we can get the sinker fixed. He'll be placed under guard by 2 of our daggers until we can safely transport him onto your ship. During that time, we recommend you let your captain know.
Yes. That's very good thinking. I appreciate assistance.
Yes. And he looks at the side. Folks by Chie. You see scampering up is the fourth blade who you previously spoke to before, with a tightly bound ponytail behind her back. A serious, sturdy woman coming up. Yes, second blade. Tie a board to the... His name is Nephra, correct?
Yes.
Tie a board to the one who's called Nephra, so that he doesn't fold over in the air when we launch.
What you? He's okay. I thought the doctor took care.
True.
of
He
him.
did. Well, I was to say, did he also not regain consciousness?
He did, but he's not up. And there's a reason for it.
Fabulous.
Purely story-wise, I swear.
Okay. Well,
Who has his glaive, by the way?
Huh?
Well, we need to catch him before we land on the ship. Yeah.
Where's his glaive?
Yeah, she raises a solid question. Where is his glaive?
It's still with him. You guys have You guys have moved him up with the glaze still on him. You know how he gets when it's not with him.
Is it somehow morbidly attached to him in a way?
Yes.
It's just like
He seems
it's like a
to
magnet.
not only that, even in his unconscious state, he seems to have a solid grip on it.
That might as well be the board itself. Maybe he could just land in it like like a javelin into the ground.
He would need to be tied to it in order for him not to go all stringy up in the air.
Stringy?
Limbs tend to wave when one doesn't control, is
I
unable to
guess
control
so.
them when one takes flight.
You guys are the experts.
Well,
Do trial and error.
but we need to catch him before we land.
We have a
Well,
method for
he d-
transport.
He won't know when to properly use the ring.
That's why I asked that question.
My bad.
He won't need to. We have a method of launching equipment along with Silver Guard. We're not sure it will completely lessen or null the damage taken from landing, but it should help.
Well, I guess we could potentially see what we can do here.
It's either that or we launch it with one of you. However, the drift wings only work for one person.
Well, if I land in the water, it's okay.
Well, yes, but you need to actually get. You don't want to just like spearhead into the water.
Sure.
That's another story. Effectively, think of it as landing on top of the ground. Then,
Yeah, after a certain height, water becomes the equivalent of concrete.
Sure.
and we will be reaching that height, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So, just even if you can walk on it, it will still just hit you like concrete.
Valid.
All right. Yeah, so with that said, you do see two daggers come up. One you recognize to be the Tabaxi woman who was helping you all up, who was helping you earlier
Mm-hmm.
get into the catapults. And you see Albino behind her holding this what it looks to be a plank that Nephra's been tied to. His glaive still
Poor
next to
buddy.
All right, 1 second.
it. No problem. Then you see him regard the two daggers that are with the second blade regard the two daggers that are with him. Second dagger Ryota and fourth dagger Narcissa. Take our guest to the bow of the ship. Keep him there for the time being until we can get repairs of the sinker. And you see the two daggers snap to attention. As they both say, yes, second blade. And they indicate for Vertel to follow. You see Vertel look at them with interest and look back at all of you. Till next we speak. I am very eager to continue our conversation.
Bye. Never want to see you again.
Seru ablela. He says as he waves away.
I'll
The
just
langu-
I'll just say F you in Genasi or in what can I
Primordial.
speak? Primordial, yes.
Good one.
Curious. The language of love, they say. He says as he goes down the stairs. But yes, you see the Tabaxi come up to you. All right, are we ready? Let's go. Come on.
It's all
Let's hurry up,
over.
hurry up, hurry up. When you get on the plane, and she goes over the rules again, don't tip your heads forward or backwards or else you're going to start spinning. If you start spinning, just activate the drift wings. You might as well land in the water except for dying. If you hit the side of the ship, you might as well die. all that fun jazz that you all listened to initially.
Do you have your exit buddy?
No, I don't have my exit buddy.
And contrast to previous, is now Percival, Petrichor, Terry, and a planked up Nephra.
Oh.
As you see the second blade and the fourth blade, second blade Tycho and the fourth blade Chie redirect the Leviathan to face the Ember slightly. In order to do that, in order for you all to reach there.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, you do feel hands on your fingers as you see the drift rings you are wearing are taken off and replaced with other ones. And you see there is a dagger on each one of you replacing these. Petrichor, the one on you is actually the Trident from before. She's also doing make sure that you're doing okay due to your wounds.
Yeah.
He actually looks over you. Are you fine?
I'm. As long as I don't hit the boat too hard, I think I'll be okay. But thank you so much for saving me. I would have been fine because I breathe water, but none of them could get to me fast enough. So I really appreciate it.
This I understand. As a fellow child of water,
We got to stick together out there.
of course, it's good to see someone, if not the same race, the same kind.
Yes, absolutely. I kind of give her a pat on the shoulder.
Be well. Do not spin.
Got that. Kind of terrifying. Well.
And may your journey provide fruit.
Thank you.
And she takes a step back.
Okay, bye.
As she also says after she says that, she also says goodbye in Primordial. Because
All
apparently
right, I'll
she
see you
knows it
later
too.
too.
I thought they
You
do
two-
primordial, but I was
you two are having. I know you two are having a lovely conversation, and as unkind as your earlier words were, we should probably get going.
Yep.
yes.
Terry, next to you, you do see a tabaxi man tying you up and looking at you curiously.
Are
You
you
are not
me?
You're not true tabaxi. What are you?
I'm the different kind of cat lady. You wouldn't know. I go to the other side of the country.
I'm
I
on
do
the
not.
other side of the planet.
I do not. You look too bald.
Oh,
And
I
no
guess.
fur, no snout.
You
All you have
seem
is
like the
stripes.
things that weeaboos would dream about.
Where
Yes,
I come
the
from, that's quite the compliment, actually. So thank you.
think nothing of it. May your journeys provide fruits as he kind of finishes checking you over and takes a step back.
May
Percival.
your journey's fruit, I guess.
Meow,
Percival,
meow.
next to you, you have this human-looking woman. She's helmetless. You see they tend to go helmetless once they're more comfortable on the ship. Seemingly to have a helmet is to be in combat for them or ready for combat. You see her, she has lightly gray hair, but she doesn't have the age to match, although she does seem to be in her early 30s at best. She looks down, or not early 30s, early 20s. And she looks down. Got it. Are you all okay, Fourth Blade? I know you just joined the guard and all. I just want to make sure you're all fine, you know, make sure you're all situated. I know you've already done this before, but I just want to make sure you're all fine. I'm Fourth Dagger Narcissa, by the way. I asked Albino to take my spot with the prisoner. He seemed really scary. I'm just glad that you're here, you know, to protect us and know that you and the Blades are definitely doing a fine job at all this. That's a lovely looking spear you have there. It looks very lethal. It's kind of did you get that from the enemy? The trophies from the enemy is kind of frowned upon in the Silver Guard, but hey, you're a Blade. You get to do these things.
Don't worry, I don't intend on keeping it.
Trophies from the enemy
Calling
are
it
frowned
a-
upon, which they take the entire ship.
calling it a trophy would be giving it credit. It's more of a burden.
Oh, I mean that's nice to know. I mean, yeah. I'm fourth dagger Narcissa. I'm just, I may be the newest silver guard here on the ship, but I'm just glad that you're fine. You look a bit hurt. Are you feeling okay? And you do see off on the side, you hear a second blade, Tycho kind of yell out, Narcissa. His ears snap up. Yeah, second blade. Have a safe trip, fourth blade. As she awkwardly pats you on the chest and walks off.
Be well, eat fruit. I don't know. What do you say, guys? Say.
Be well,
You
eat
see-
fruit.
You have heard most of them say, "May your journey provide fruit."
Ah.
I don't know. I like
Be well,
eat
Red
fruit.
Yes, and you do
May
see
your
this.
trip bring apples.
Yeah, you do see
I
this
love grapes.
larger gray-skinned woman, about almost twice the size of Nephra. Put him down onto the plank. He's good.
He is good.
Got it.
Little red boy, be good and shoot.
Little red man.
He is skinny but strong.
He may be little, but his spirit is strong.
I do not like horns, though. He looks over at the rest of you. When you get back on ship, tell him to get rid of it.
Otherwise, I will use them like handlebars and throw him off boat.
Be well, and may your journey provide fruit. Actually, pretty much does an about turn and then walks pointedly away.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say she accidentally says it backwards, may you get fruit and then become well.
May your fruit provide journey.
Fruit give journey, yeah.
She's not that pseudo-Russian.
Damn.
You see at that point the Tabaxi female off to the side say, First Decker Vera, is she okay? You see the tall woman raise up her hand and say, Yeah.
Da.
Yeah, second Decker, Ladybug.
Ladybug?
The Tabaxi woman raise up her hand. All right, launch in 3.
Ah!
And then she launches you.
Oh my god.
Yay.
Ruthless.
Who's gonna be rolling for
Everybody, make me. What did I make you all roll?
20?
A dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
who? Yeah. I think
We'll
so.
go with the dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. Dex saving throw. That was pretty good. 25.
25, all right.
Hopefully this is enough as a 13.
13, all right. And then Percival, roll me 1 for Terry.
10.
10. Thankfully, Terry is very mobile. So mobile, in fact, that she's on a mobile right now.
Oh my god.
I'm here all week.
For those that aren't aware, Terry has to call in on his phone.
Yeah, you all succeeded in not spinning.
Wow.
You're all
Friend, you
lost.
really phoned in that one.
Inspiration.
Don't joke about that.
Fury has it.
I was gonna say, I already answered, doesn't he? Still, he's gonna carry it to the end.
You know, at this point, if shitty puns is all it takes, I'm just going to use inspiration at least twice a day.
There you go. See?
That's what I'm
Constant
hoping for.
replenish of inspiration.
Then one day it won't be it. Yes, you all feel the sudden rush of the force underneath you, slightly hurting all your knees as you're all launched forward, and you feel the wind rushing towards you. It's less. You would think it would be less terrifying than the first time. It's just as you're all out launching, and you feel the weightlessness of being shot through the air. But as you all remember, at the apex of your trajectory. As you all start to feel like you're falling, you concentrate on the ring, activating the featherfall effect on all you. Does anybody turn to turn their head to see how Nephros is doing?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say I'm pretty much constantly
Mhm.
checking for Nephra here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me as well.
You do see you all, for all you, as you're concentrating, you turn over once it becomes safe. You see the board with Nephra. Nephra's facing upwards. You see a smoke trail come out. And if you all remember, when you first met Silverguard, when they first attacked the Ember, Second Blade Tycho used a device that you pull the string in the bottom and it emitted smoke.
Mhm.
And you see, in this case, there is one attached to the bottom plank, emitting a light gray smoke. There it is. It finally came out. As it kind of goes up, and as after a certain time, for a second there, Nephros shoots forward past all of you
Uh-oh.
as he retains his speed, and then you see from the little thing, cloth emerges. And you see a parachute of sorts emerge, stopping him suddenly as he dangles loosely.
Petrichor,
Yeah.
keep an eye on him. And if he
Okay,
falls in the
happened.
water, you may need to go swimming.
Got it.
And as you all slowly drip down towards the Ember, you hear screaming. Not like panic, oh my god, I'm dying screaming.
Hmm.
You just hear a certain half-orc screaming in...
Tamith?
Yes, as you see her on the deck just pointing up and eyes wide. Ah!
It's us! I'm like trying to like wave without like spitting or anything. Well, I have Featherfall right now, so
Yeah, you're
I'm,
fine.
like
Petrichor, let's be real about this. I don't think we're in any danger of being shot out of the air here.
I know, but still, just let him know it's us. We just hanging out, guys. It's okay.
I think she'll figure it out when Nephra lands.
True.
And
Or at least
as
I
you
can
all
probably say
land,
arson now.
you're having this conversation in the air. It doesn't take long for
We're
you all
not.
to land.
Well, we're not traveling at the velocity that we previously were.
That's fair. Yeah,
So
no, I
now
hear
we
you.
can have this conversation. In
Yes.
fact, it's all we have.
I want all of you to make me a D20.
A D20 roll.
18.
18. Cool.
15.
15. Cool. Petrichor, make me one for Terry.
10.
Ooh.
No.
Okay. And then Percival, make me one for Nephra.
Oh, buddy.
4.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, Petrichor. You actually land somewhere near Tamith, about
Okay.
10 feet away. You land smoothly, and you see a lot of the crew are just standing there looking at all you aghast.
It's okay, guys. We're here. This is the only way we can get back. The speaker was broken.
And
Singer
But now we have to
is
wait for
living up
everybody
to
else.
its name currently.
Percival, you land neatly about 5 feet away from Petrichor, closer to Tamith.
Oh no.
Terry just comes in.
Yeah. Terry, as you're landing, you do see a figure kind of walking in the directory. This is around the time that a little bit before Petrichor and Percival, right before they land, this figure seems unaware, having come out of the deck, and is just walking forward. And this figure stops the minute it sees Petrichor land first, and then Percival. But this figure has stopped right in the trajectory of where you're going to land.
Oh no.
So
Well,
Terry,
damn.
do you say anything?
Absolutely not. It's gonna hurt him more than it hurts me. It's gonna be...
Terry.
Oh no.
It's the captain.
Terry, roll me a d20.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the sad part is we haven't determined who it is.
You know what? I'll roll a d20 for Terry this case.
Yeah, maybe that's best.
Yes. Terry, with a dirty 20, you are definitely going to hit this thing.
This thing.
As you're not sure, but as you approach, you see black hair. Uh, Not enough time to react though, as you pretty much knee him in the back,
Uh-oh.
causing him to come forward and you to land on top of him in
It's-
pure anime fashion.
Where's Nephra or Arson?
In a second, don't worry.
Okay.
And as you land, Terry, it hurts a little bit just because of the impact. Not enough to cause real damage, except for him, maybe. But as you land on top of him, you do see wild black hair on his back, a well-built figure underneath you. His face is currently pressed against the wood, and you hear two voices further down the stairs yell out, "Dune!" As these two figures come out. A similarly black-haired, tall woman, well-built, followed by a smaller, but similarly black-haired man, both of which have the telltale signs of the Daybreak on their faces.
I yell, "We've
Perfect.
touched," and I run away. Did you ever play Borderlands?
No, I have not.
Marshall, you play Borderlands?
Yes, and man, one day when we get you that PC, you'll be open to so many possibilities of games.
Right. Oh man. But yes, you land, you say that, and you quickly scamper off.
We've touched for life.
As you hear a groan underneath you in response, as the two other Derek go to their fallen brethren. And as Terry, you go to your regular hiding place, the crow's nest, you look up. By this point, Percival and Petrichor, you realize
Mhm.
Nephra has not landed yet.
Oh, okay.
where-
I'm gonna go
where
run
is-
over to the side of the ship,
Where's Arson?
or look up, or like looking about.
Well, looking on the side of the ship, you didn't hear a splash either. You don't see a white cloth in the water.
I look up.
You look up, and Terry will say around this time you look up to climb. You see Arson tangled in some of the ropes,
Oh no.
just kind of hanging there.
We have to be very careful when we do this.
Yes.
Untying him wrong will make it very, very bad. Untimely, if you will.
And then this time you hear a door open roughly as you hear rapid footsteps come out, and you see the captain come out.
Captain, we have made our return.
We have a problem.
And you see her look at the scene in front of her. She sees the downed Derekai man now being helped up by his two companions. She sees the two of you kind of just standing there with
I'm
no
pointing.
announcement, nothing.
I mean,
You
I'm
see
pointing.
Tamid,
I'm
eyes
pointing.
wide, just pointing, and just saying stuff like, "They came in like angels."
Above
Yep.
above is our current problem.
She looks up and she sees Nephra on a board, tied to a pole, or tied to a board, just hanging in some of the ropes. She looks back at you, Petrichor.
Huh. We made an not emergency. We made our way back as the sinker lived up to its name, like we've been talking about, and actually sunk almost. And this is the only way back. Nephra's unconscious. We need to get the doctor and get him out of this first. So let's go do that. I will give you the updates on everything else once we get Nephra taken care of.
It is.
Oh yes, and at some point I will
boring
need
day with all
assistance
of
with
you.
something.
Sorry?
I
It's
said,
never a boring day with all of you.
yes, I will
That's
need
true.
assistance at some point from either, well, you, Petrichor, or anybody who has semi-capable hands.
Yeah. Let's go up there.
Is
Well,
he
I mean
close to
combative
the
hands.
crow's nest, or where is he tangled up at?
He's by the crow's nest.
Bye, yeah, I imagine.
All right. Well, as I'm climbing up there, I'll just continue to climb and head on up.
All right, you head on up. Petrichor, around this time, you hear little patters of feet.
Mhm.
And before you know it, you feel a solid form just grip onto your leg as you see Calvin
Cal,
has attached himself to you.
what's up, buddy? How was your day hanging with the captain?
He looks up at you and he beams. His face is beaming with a smile.
Aw. Good day, eh? Well, we're gonna go get Nephra up from there. You see him? Yeah, he got stuck. We're gonna go get him.
You do hear the captain directing some of the other crewsmen to go help bring Nephra down. You see Tamith is still there, but she quickly snaps to your attention once the captain is about and also proceeds to go help out. As the captain approaches all of you, or at least the ones remaining on the deck. So what happened?
Oh boy. Okay. So,
You gotta fill him in there, or Percival.
are you helping out?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So a couple things. I would like to note I have a current issue that stems from what happened. So I guess I'll start
You
explaining
and your
first.
harpoon.
It's currently a detriment.
No.
We'll start by explaining what happened. So we went there. I'm not sure if maybe you possibly heard the explosion earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, we found one crew member of that alive. Supposedly was super confident that everybody else had perished and that it wasn't worth going to look for it, and then inevitably it didn't become worth. I guess in a way he was correct, because the flames were very closely encroaching on us, and that it turns out that ship was holding black powder. So yeah.
Black powder.
Are you aware of
That was a
explosive?
company ship?
I'm not fully aware in that realm. I apologize. He was very confident in calling it illicit. So probably.
You are a fact that he did say that it was a company ship. Percival.
Okay, I did not remember.
Yes. No. Yeah.
But yes, and he was very confident about saying that it was illicit.
That's understandable. Only the company in a way has a monopoly on all black powder products.
And Captain, the
Well-
worst part of it is when we retrieved him, he didn't help. He didn't pull his weight. We almost died. I mean, I almost died. Nephra's basically almost died. And the ship and the sinker really lived up to his name. Didn't even lift a finger.
Unfortunately, on both of our trips, both trips with the sinker, the first one involving going to the Levianca, and then the second one coming back from the other ship, we were attacked by merfolk-like creatures that exhibited similar ailments.
You know they're called
to what
marrow.
It was marrow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
You're the one that identified them.
Sorry.
You're fine. I'm just letting you know.
We were attacked by marrow that attributed similar characteristics to the creatures that were aforementioned to be an issue on the ship, if you will. The purple or violet blood and whatnot. Thus, they were not friendly.
So you're saying that that's not good.
Well, here's also what's not good. So, as we've alluded to, they did integral damage to the sinker, causing it to start to take in water, the like, in order to at least plug the water enough so that we would not be rapidly gaining water. I took this harpoon from them,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot let it go. So this is a problem, and I'm stuck with it unless we abide by a solution that I feel I have come up with.
This is a great plan.
And what is that solution?
It may be slightly barbaric, but I feel it is inherently the only way, unless we have any type of, I guess, a higher divine magic person around. But essentially, my theory is that if I cannot willingly allow the weapon to be taken from my grasp, then it should be unwillingly taken from my grasp. Therefore, when I am unconscious, I cannot be forced to keep it in my possession. At least is the concept.
So,
However, whoever
Yes.
would remove it from my possession would have to find a way to do it without directly contacting with it.
interesting.
Yes, you see the precarious issue that I am involved in with it.
Well, you've given me a lot in your report.
And one of these is a slightly pressing issue.
Any updates on the mission I sent you all on?
No.
Arguably slightly. The questionable man who I would say we will need to definitely talk about more later.
Yes.
He seemed to have seen a very specific mist or fog, and that his members of the crew on his ship had seen. Therefore, it was his theory that maybe it rattled them and then caused the mishap on their ship. However, I'm not outruling the idea that he still did it either way. As him being the only survivor, and we'll say he is
It's all
not
very
the
suspicious.
most volunteering of either information or assistance. He would rather play with everybody like they're toys rather than actually partake in a team-oriented idea, if you will.
So he seems to be a uncuffed man.
Yes, and currently, as far as the Levyanka is concerned, he is essentially a prisoner until more information can be gathered. However, we deemed that, at least in theory, this is obviously now your decision, that it would be better if essentially he was, I guess if you could say, a working prisoner. Therefore, he is not entirely useless, but he is still treated as such.
Oh, I have to meet this man.
Well, when
He is
this,
a man.
yes, when he is a tiefling man, though very much unlike Nefra.
A tiefling man, unlike Nefra.
Yes. Well,
Very well.
Nefra is kind and caring and considerate. This man is not.
Often as you hear, oh shit!
That
You
guy
feel.
did.
And you just hear off Tamith say, don't let go of him like that. Make sure he gets let down easy.
Yes, he also is he refuses to give his true name, seemingly tiefling concept. However, he is chosen a very peculiar name in that of the relatively famous Vertel. Why he
Vertel.
chooses the last name of a figure, I do not know, but nevertheless, yes, somewhat citing knowledge of his company.
And that's it. Nothing else.
He gave the captain of the Levyanka a weird, what he called a weapon, but it's might as well have been a pole, or just essentially a solid tube attached to a curved wood. If
Interesting.
I had to guess, with the V engraved on it, I would imagine it would corroborate with his association with the real Vertel, and thus I imagine it's one of the strange creations that he made, though I don't know much about those.
Well then, if he comes over, I do hope he brings that weapon up.
I guess that'll be up to the second blade.
Nevertheless, right now the current issue is we have nothing involving the location of our.
No, sorry. He pointed. He also, again, he only was willing to give information once we traded our own, and unfortunately, he is also aware of our mission. And he pointed to. Can I see the ship he pointed to earlier? From here?
The deck of the Ember, it takes a little bit and some moving, but yes, you can find the ship.
What was the type of ship called again?
It looked to be a bigger fishing ship, bigger than a keelboat.
Keel, that sounds right. But it has yellow sails.
Yellow sailed, I guess, fishing boat. He cited that it seemingly was going towards there. However, my current issue is my incessant attachment to this weapon that is currently whispering horrible nothings into my head.
Very well.
Hence my unconscious removal strategy.
So you wish for someone to knock you unconscious.
The question isn't as much that part's the easy part. The hard part is, how do I remove it while I'm unconscious? How do you remove it from my possession without touching it?
Big sticks.
It's just like like chopsticking it off of
Yeah.
the side of the boat.
Or we knock them off into the water, and then I pick you up from the water.
Now that's an idea.
Petrichor, can you carry an unconscious man as you walk down water?
We discovered that I can't. However, I can swim very well with him on my back. I mean, if it's just, off the ship, if you guys already know we could the ladder out already.
All right.
Also,
So, Petrichor, just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I've personally done this in my personal life.
Mhm.
Someone with someone on your back,
It's very hard.
very hard,
But-
and
Yes.
it involves them being underwater a lot.
But
Mm-hmm.
my point,
Yes.
Yes.
ropes.
What do you mean?
There is no
See,
dangers
tie-
of falling into the
A
water
rope on him.
if you are attached to a rope.
All right.
That's
Again,
valid. That's
though,
valid.
so that's the thing. Then it will be. I can attach this to a strap on my person.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will just be releasing the strap without
Yep.
touching the harpoon directly.
Valid. Great idea.
So then,
Let's...
who do you want to knock you unconscious?
Well, I guess seemingly my point would be, should something happen to her rope, the best person to at least attempt to get back on the boat would be the one who can swim. I just pray that she knows how to control her fist well enough to...
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I've seen you use these fists to kill a man, or I guess a creature. Wasn't as much of a man anymore.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Therefore.
I feel it could indefinitely do it to me.
All right.
So
Yeah.
potentially
Yeah.
we can hopefully, as long as you hopefully know how to hold yourself just back just enough, you can successfully do it. But in that, I have confidence in you.
Okay.
Just say when.
You have one promise to make of me.
Yes.
You will not touch the mask. As my eyes become very darting as I say that.
Got it.
while I understand me being unconscious
Shifty
is
boy.
it's again, it is more for protection rather than it is to keep secrets.
Yeah.
Very
Get
well.
on with it.
Not only mine.
Bring these 2 ropes. She yells at some crewmen who go there and grab some. By this point, they were already bringing Nefer down. It's just a matter of bringing him down to the last few bit.
I love
It's a
this plan.
process.
I love this plan.
But yes, and they do.
How to remove a cursed item.
They do bring it over to a mast, and in order to conserve supplies,
You'll want to tie my hands to the front of me, by the way. We're dealing with magic here, and I'm not taking out the consequence of that somehow I will unconsciously reach for the weapon once the strap is removed.
Did I get Nefer down by this point at all?
you helped. He's down. He's good.
I helped.
One of the other guys almost dropped him, but you were there to catch him. Your muscles are sore now, though.
All time to rest up in the crow's nest.
Yep. You watch this strange endeavor from your fellow teammates as they are tied to ropes, and the ropes are tied to a mast. Just so there's plenty of length to fall over to the side. So, first of all, you are currently.
The good thing Innuendo isn't here. He'd be having a field day with all this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
You see one of the crew hands looking at you, Percival. Are you sure you want me to?
Yes. Oh, let me make sure that hold on. Let me make sure just in case any mistakes are made, I'm going to leave my actual weapons I would like to keep here. Put down the bolts, put down the crossbow, put down the sword, put down the other sword.
You never gave back the crossbow. Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
They didn't ask.
You took advantage. I like it. But yes,
I forgot. I was concerned about the harpoon.
and so they were concerned about the prisoner. But yes, you're fine.
I am not to blame here.
You're all on the edge of the ship.
Also, is it truly thievery if it is given to me?
Yes.
Now you're getting into my territory.
There we go. But as you all stand on the edge
This
of the
is
boat,
like when you borrow a game
the
from
ship.
your friend when you were a kid, and then you never gave it back because they never asked and they moved away.
That's fair.
Oh my god, I've never had that happen. Have you speaking from experience?
I've had that happen to me on 3 separate occasions.
Oh my god.
Once in daycare, once in elementary school, and once when I was in middle school, but the kid was in high school.
Oh my god.
But yes, you're all standing at the edge here, looking down at the water below. At Petrichor, you've done this several times. Percival, you've never done this, and this is a bit daunting. But hey,
I am putting faith in this first mate.
Well, so are you so I won't be knocking you unconscious. I just literally will be yeeting you off.
No, you are knocking me unconscious.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
We are gonna be
work
hanging
you. I'm gonna
together.
have to warm you up first before I throw the final blow and throw you off.
Trust me. I doubt you need a lot to take me down.
Are you feeling a little hurt already?
I am visibly bloodied still.
Got it. All right. I'm just gonna have you stand on like the rail.
Good to start.
I'm gonna have you stand on the rail, and then I'll just kind of go from there, and hopefully you fall off.
No, so the thing is, essentially, think of it as like the goal is both of us are gonna like hang down.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna go down like rock climbers.
Yeah.
Except on the side of the boat.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna punch me. You're gonna release the strap, which will release the harness that is holding the harpoon.
that is a lot of thinking. You actually need more people to hold you, to have enough rope to go down to the water.
Well, this is what I said.
Oh.
Originally.
Like, okay, so we'll say that there's several crew.
I mean, I have to, at least at some point, even if I can be dangled enough where I'm just hanging off and she can release the strap. If it requires me not to be like her to go down, like if there's the capability for that, then yes, we can do that. My presumption would be that would be like the only way to get it to be far enough off and her to reach would be as if she was kind of off the boat as well. Like kind of. She was like not on the deck.
She does have to be in range of you unless she throws something at you to knock you out.
Well,
No, it's
Again,
okay. I can
less
hop
of the
down.
concern is me
it's
being
just,
knocked
it's just a
out.
matter.
More
It's
of the
just
concern
what
is
I'm
also the
saying
fact
is
she has
that's
to
a matter
release-
of just whether or not she's gonna be on the railing and throw something down at you, or be next
Well,
to you.
she has to
hanging
release
off.
the strap too. Because in terms of knocking me out, she could do it right now.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. It's the strap that's the concern. She has to release the strap over the water so it falls in the ocean.
You see some of the crew hands. I feel like there's an easier way of doing this, but all right. They have no idea what's going on.
Then you do it. I'm
All right.
going to be unconscious. How you
All right.
decide to release the trident without, or the harpoon without touching it, can be your call once I'm unconscious.
So Captain Brand stands there between the two ropes. Whenever you're ready, the crew hands. There's like 4 people to each one of you.
Well, if you think it's easier,
Not
you can
bad
knock me out
having
now,
me.
or I can semi-dangle first.
Let's just both dangle about 10 feet down. Not even.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Just off.
Yeah, just off.
Off the deck.
And then I'm just going to do a big ol' punch in the face.
All right. We'll
All
set
right.
ourselves down.
So I have to roll the hit, or if he's willing.
Yeah, you still have to roll a hit.
Technically, yeah.
That's going to be a like
Realm
21.
of Error, they call
A
it.
21.
Yeah.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. So punch. 5.
Are you still up?
Yes.
Press will make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ow.
Press will make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to. Give me a minute. That's probably, I feel like that should do pretty good. That's a 23.
You do not feel like you need to kill Petrichor right now.
The whispers are not helping you. You have,
Okay.
also,
One more punch.
also, hold on.
Uh.
You did it very hard.
Yes.
I would venture the bet that if you did it at the same strength, that you may put me down too hard.
Okay. All right. I'll try to be more gentle.
Think of the player code.
Yes. Yeah.
Think of this as player code.
I know. I can't control the dice.
No, that's not it. It's
Punch
what you
him.
say.
Punch him.
Okay. I'm going to slap him across the face really hard. Is that an unarmed strike?
Lethally?
That's what Percival's worried about, whether or not you're doing it at least.
Yes.
Because your
Fists are a lethal weapon, so you
Yeah.
have to even when unarmed striking, you have to, as a monk, you have to like delineate that you are doing anything non-lethally.
Oh. Didn't know that.
well, never
At least that's how I always had the understanding of it.
mind. Yeah.
I mean, arguably
Okay.
yes, because I'm a player character. I don't operate the same way an NPC does.
Yes.
Sure.
So
You go automatic death. You go saving throws.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Petrichor,
So
go for it.
it
Go for
depends on
Go
how
for
you want to look at it.
Go for it. See if you hit him.
Oh, I got another like 21.
That'll
Hey,
do
that
it.
hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
What's your minimum?
I got another 5.
All right, cool. I'm down.
All right. You are now unconscious.
And then when I see him go, I'll release the strap to release the thingy harpoon
All right.
into the water.
So Percival falls into the water.
No.
Oh wait, no, Percival, you are.
I was tied to rope, but then
He's
there's a strap
Gucci.
that holds
Yeah.
the harpoon to me.
And then
Yes.
I release the harpoon.
Well, you're holding the harpoon, Percival.
No, you've told me
Yes, it's
that
on
I
your
can
person.
I can put it on my person. I have
Mhm.
weapon holsters.
Cool.
Those weapon holsters can be removed. My hands have been tied. I talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And now we
Right.
come to my
Undo
favorite
them.
part of the stream, where Marshall argues with Francisco
I
over
had
DM.
no. I
Here we go.
said,
Get your popcorn.
I said,
fine.
hey, I said what
I
I
understand.
said my plan.
Marshall, I understand. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Petrichor, you release the hands,
Yeah.
and the harpoon falls into the deep ocean blue.
Okay.
I wake up and jump.
Bring
in.
him back up.
I can't wait to
So-
like wake up and be like.
I'll just yell. I'll yell for the captain to bring us back up.
Oh, I can't wait to be incapable of playing this character for the next 2 weeks until somebody learns the remove curse spell or whatever.
Oops. I don't know magic.
Hey,
Can't
you know,
help
this is the
that.
only plan though I can have. I am thinking in the way that I would think. This is the only idea that I could come up with.
All right. They pull
We'll
the
find
two
out
of you.
the consequences.
All right. They pull the two of you up, and Percival's landed on the side of the deck. As people come over to him to untie him, the captain looks at you, Petrichor.
Mhm.
So that'll work.
I don't know. I feel like we have to get him up or get him awake again to see if it really took effect. And he doesn't want to go diving back under the water for it. So let's wait a little bit. Maybe it's a range thing. Let's see if we can keep the ship moving past the point where they dropped it. Give it maybe like
Oh, no.
an hour. As long as you're not doing death throws, you know what I mean? Like, will it get you back up? Maybe. I don't
Percival,
know.
make me that saving throw. I'm kidding. I'm fine. You're fine. I'm
Well, I
kidding.
guess I would say, isn't that what non-lethally would help with?
I know that's
That
why
would
I'm
make it so
kidding.
it wouldn't have
Don't
to do that?
worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that actually
I'm not
was
killing
partly
Percival right now, Marshall.
Yeah,
No, that
Don't
partly
worry.
was
I'm
a
out
genuine
for blood. All right.
No, that
yes.
time it was partly a genuine question. I couldn't fully remember if that still was the case with players.
No, you guys are fine. But yes, so Percival is now unconscious. Terry's up in the crow's nest. Nefra is still tied to a board. And Petrichor, you have your head full of questions.
Got a lot on my plate.
And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
All right, will I become a mindless drone looking for a harpoon?
Yes.
Find out next time.
I can't already tell you that. Yes.
Oh no.
Great.
Whoops.
Well, I'll be able to do nothing, guys. Time to roll up a new
Okay.
character. Because
Let's
unless that harpoon
go.
decides to float into the sky, I'm pretty much boned.
Thor.
Well, if you have to re-roll a new character anyways, can I have your permission to ice knife this one too?
Just one single ice knife. It'll kill him twice.
Depends. I might as well go out the way it was intended.
All right. Curious solutions aside, what will happen next? Will the performers go investigate this ship indicated to them by Bertel? Who is this Bertel figure, and why do they hate him so much? That actually we know the answer to that one. But this and more next week here on Embers by Daybreak.
See you all next week.